I just really like how accessible and user-friendly and fun Too Faced palettes always are. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for today's video because today I've got the new Too Faced palette, Appley in Love. This is what the outer carton looks like. And I have to say, as soon as I saw the swatches of this palette on like Instagram, the first palette that I thought of was was Bronze Seduction. So of the, oh, okay, let's put a finger in there. Of the Pat McGrath Bronze Seduction. So today I'm really excited to check these out and to check this new palette out and see if it compares to the Pat McGrath Bronze Seduction. First off, let me just say I love Too Faced palettes. I love the packaging. I love the theming. I love the fact that they never irritate my eyes. I really, really like the tin packaging the most. And my most favorite Too Faced palette that I've ever had has been this one here, the Too Faced Italian Spritz. This came out last summer, and I've actually gotten a lot of use out of this palette. I've really, really enjoyed it. This one here is made in Italy, thankfully, as the name would imply. And so I really feel like that contributed to the formula being top-notch. All that being said, I have a feeling I'm not going to be as into this palette. I'm probably going to like this palette more like those other palettes that aren't made in Italy. This palette here is bulk made in the USA and assembled in the Dominican Republic. I believe that's what it said, or maybe it's opposite. Maybe it was bulk made in the Dominican Republic and assembled in the USA. Either way, that right there tells me this palette isn't going to be as high a quality and nice of a formula as the one from Italy. Straight up, point blank. I will say that the other Dominican Republic palettes that I've gotten from Too Faced, I did enjoy, like I think it was like the Cosmic Crush and also the Pumpkin Pie Second Slice. I really liked those palettes, but they're not as good of a formula as the one in the Italian Spritz that's made in Italy. So, all that being said, I'm really excited to get into this eyeshadow palette today. So let me get my eyes primed. I will zoom you in and we'll get started with the look. So now that I've got you up close and personal, let me just let you know that I do have my eyes primed with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. Let me find the mattes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. We actually have a lot of mattes in this palette, so that's pretty exciting. I think I'm going to do something a little bit dramatic. Very colorful and different. I love that there's very few neutrals in here, but the neutrals that they give you are solid neutrals. You've got this beautiful cream matte that I love when a palette includes a cream shade matte, because it's great for brow bone highlight. It's great for inner corner highlight, like if you don't want to have a shimmer there. And I love that we have a couple of seemingly bright enough inner corner colors as well. One's a little bit more champagne. One is a little bit more like sparkly light pink, bright iridescent. And I also feel like this really beautiful light green would be a fun inner corner pop with maybe like a red look if you're trying to go for a really appley eye look. And I really appreciate that we have this like deeper satin. This is not a matte, so it won't be hard to work with if you want to put that in your crease. And because there's not a lot of iridescence in that, because it's more of like a satin, you'll be able to use it in your crease if you want, or like on the outer edge of your lid with this one here. I see so many eye looks that I want to do with this palette. So I really hope that the formula ends up being really nice and draws me back into the palette. So I want to see how bold this dark maroon is. So I'm going to start here. I'm starting with the bold maroon in my outer corner, and let me just make sure that I've got everything like no creases. Should we do 2 looks? I'm going to do 1 look because I want to be able to wear this look out. And I typically start like up in my crease, but with this really dark shade, I'm going to start here on the actual outer edge of the lid. It's a really pretty like maroon burgundy shade. Okay, I'm going to take it up just a little bit up onto the outer edge, top part of that crease. I really am not quite sure what I'm going to do yet for this look, but I am having fun so far. All right. I think that looks pretty nice for a good start. That color is really nice and pigmented, but it's not so rich that it's hard to blend out. Of course, I am using my rougher brushes, and natural hair brushes do tend to move the product around a lot better, so maybe it would have not blended out quite as nicely with a synthetic, but no, that's not true, because Too Faced formula is not particular to where I feel like you need natural brushes to really get the most out of it. Of course, you don't really need anything. It's just my opinion on how I like to do my makeup. You can use any brush that you want with any palette that you want at any time. You're the boss of your own makeup journey. Anyway, this palette is really scented, but I will say that it's like it's got a strong scent, but the scent, it's very strong, the level of scent, the intensity of the scent, but the scent itself is kind of nice and mild, kind of like the air that you would be, like the scent that you get when you're walking through an apple orchard and a beautiful fall crisp day. So that's kind of the vibe that the scent is giving me. All right, I think I'm good with this shape. I'm gonna just start to like blend out this top edge a little bit all by itself and just see how this color fades. All right, I do really like the way that is starting off. Okay. Next, I'm gonna go into this really beautiful kind of like burgundy red satin. And I'm gonna put that in the crease, which is not something I would normally do, but I am gonna do that today. Let's see, I want a small little detailed brush so that I can, am I gonna do that on the crease? Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the middle part of the crease. Ooh, that's really pretty. That is a beautiful bright red satin. Oh, and I just love the way that mixed with that pretty matte. I feel like these reds here are actually the least intimidating reds that I've tried so far in my collection. Something about Too Faced just really knows how to make colors in the right formula to where they're super user-friendly and easy to use without a whole lot of bells and whistles. You don't need glitter glue like I feel like you need for Pat McGrath palettes. You don't need natural haired brushes like I feel like you need for Natasha Denona palettes. And I just really like how accessible and user-friendly and fun Too Faced palettes always are. Okay, I really like the way that is starting off, but next I want to use the green. I want to go into the green and do like a little pop. So let's see. Okay. I'm going to take this little number 18 from the Sephora Pro collection, and I'm going to go into this really beautiful mint green that matches my shirt. Did I do that on purpose? What do you think? Okay, now here I want to just build up this whole like front part. Oh, this is such a pretty bright green. Look at that. That is so fun. Okay. Might have gotten a little bit too far over, but we'll just see if I can finish out the look strong. Next, I'm going to go into this green shimmer here with this very, very small shader from Urban Decay. And I am going to spray this shadow because I don't want it everywhere. I'm going to put this on the lid here on the inner eye. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Wow. Holy moly, that is really pretty. See, like I just feel like that look was so easy, even though it's so different than anything I would have ever done in my life. And I am not afraid of like glitter falling off into my eye. I'm not afraid of, I don't know, I'm just not intimidated by the palette at all. Whereas going into this palette, even though it's got very similar tones, I'm very intimidated, not only by the formula, but by the palette itself. I don't know why that is. Something about Too Faced is just so user-friendly, and I just love that so much. Okay, I do really like the way this is turning out. I am not done, though. I'm going to add some more shades. I'm not just going to do this red and green right here. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, my gosh. I hope that really beautiful effect is coming across on screen. Oh, wow, look at that. It looks like a Granny Smith apple. That shade looks like a Granny Smith apple. And it's really pretty. Okay. I really, really like that so far. Next, though, what I want to do is take a little bit of this really pretty, I'm going to take some of this shimmer here on my finger. This is kind of like a topper. This is definitely coming off like a topper. So I'm just going to put this all over the area in between the red and the green to kind of like blend that out a little bit on the lid and add a little bit more brightness. I'm not really sure if you could tell the difference that it's making because it's like a very transparent little topper type of effect, but it is certainly providing a little bit of that iridescent shimmer on that red satin and helping to blend over that line. Ooh, I love the effect that that added, and I still have like so much. It's got a little bit of a pinky champagne, like an iridescent pinky brightness, like a white pink kind of, and that really mixed nicely with the look. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay, for the inner eye, like I want to do a highlight there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this champagne, kind of golden champagne colored here. Just going to add a little bit right here. Oh, that's pretty. I really like that a lot. Oh my gosh. So I can tell that this formula isn't quite as like creamy and buttery and rich as like, not rich like high money, but I mean rich like, it's not as like light and fluffy airy. It's a little bit more like of a thicker type of a formula is what I want to say. The Italian one is, and this one is a little bit like drier, a little bit more powdery kind of from the shades that I've used so far, but they're not performing bad at all. It really is performing really nice. So far, I'm pretty impressed with the palette. Even though this is not a made in Italy palette, I am really enjoying it, and I feel like the formula is really user-friendly. So, all right. For the bottom, I don't want to add red down there. I'm going to go into these browns down here. I just feel like that will keep me from looking like a dead bunny rabbit. And I'm going to start off with this like deeper, but more towards the mid-tone, like the lighter one of the two deep browns. And I don't typically, just because of the shape of my particular eye, I don't typically do my lower lash line color all the way to the front. And also because I have this little like mole right here at the front part of my eyelashes. And so if I get powder on it, it looks larger than, like if I get a dark colored powder on it, it looks larger than the other side, and there's like no way to even it out. So I try to avoid any dark colors on that front unless I'm just gonna go all the way across, and then I can make the line really dark in the front on the other side and kind of fudge them to match. But typically you'll notice I leave my front part open, and then I'll do like some sort of a light bright color there towards the front, because it helps to kind of just not only open up my eyes, but also kind of camouflage from afar that mole right there on my lashes. All right. So, oops. Okay, next I do want to do something a little bit bright and shimmery there in the front. And I think what I'm gonna do is, like, it might be fun to bring the green down on that side, but I think instead I wanna keep it kind of light and bright. So I'm gonna use this, where'd it go? This one right here, this really pretty sparkly pink champagne shade. It's more, it's not bright. It's like a baby pink champagne. I'm going to use that in the front section right there. Ooh. And just for a little bit more control in the placement and where it goes, I'm going to spray it. Yeah, and I felt like that just added just a little bit of iridescence right there to kind of like close out the look. I hope you can see the effect that that's adding. It's not super obvious, but when the light catches it, it just does like make the look complete all the way around. Okay, I do though feel like I need to do a little bit of blending between those two. So I'm just going to take an empty pencil and just there we go. Okay, here is the finished first look. I didn't even add anything on my brow bone, and I feel like, yeah, my eyes look a little heavy, so I'm gonna add something to the brow bone. Hold on one moment before I call the look completely done. What brush am I gonna use? I don't wanna like drag the placement of the brow bone highlight too far low, so I want to get something kind of thin. Okay, I'm going to use this brush here from Singe Beauty. This is the one that I like to use on my lower lash line. This is my favorite lower lash line brush. Here's the number. I'll zoom you in. Anyway, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, I'm going to take this really pretty peachy shade just on the outer edge. Is this the lower lash line or is this the shader? Now I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Anyway. Perfect. Perfect fit without getting down into the red, because I really don't want to have to like blend the red out any more than it is. I like the blending on the top there. I just want to add a little bit of lift to the brow itself. Okay. Did get a little bit down into that red, so let me, where's the one that had the shimmer? There we go. Really, really love this look. Okay. I do feel like I could do one more thing just for a little bit of added je ne sais quoi. I'm going to go into this super, super dark shade here on the very, very tip of a teeny tiny pencil, and I'm just going to line right at the lashes so that it looks a little bit darker at the line, and it like fades out into the warm brown a little. There we go. I love how that just really grounded the lashes a little bit more. Okay, guys. So here is the finished eyeshadow look for my first time to play with the Too Faced APPLEY in Love. I'm going to go off screen and finish off the eyes, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look. Actually, it might be fun to show you how I complete the look. So rather than to go off screen to complete the look, I'm going to add the winged liner with you and the mascara, and I'll show you how the eyes finish out coming all together at once. So in the waterline, I'm going to use this kind of like topaz colored shadow stick, and that'll just kind of brighten, the waterline a little bit, make it look nice and monochromatic without being too white to take away from the look. Can you even see what that did? I feel like you can't. Because it's literally my skin tone color, that's why I tend to reach for the white, even though it's a very, very stark contrast. Let's look at the difference. So here are the two About Face shadow sticks that I have in each of the waterlines. Let me know by taking a good look at the eyes, which waterline do you prefer? Do you like the look with the white, or do you like the look with the more natural, slightly iridescent color? It does add just a little bit of shine in the light without being super, super stark matte like the white. So I do feel like you can see it in person. It just doesn't make a real noticeable difference on film. And for a more dramatic look, I do like the white, but for like a more everyday wearing this look in person and trying to just tone it down a little bit, I do really like this like golden shade or peachy shade or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyways, but for the sake of making the eyes match, we'll go ahead and finish it out with the white today. But be sure to comment down below and let me know Which one of these do you prefer? All right, now I'm going to open up my KVD liquid eyeliner pen. I haven't had one of these in so long. I've been using gel pot liners for a while. Let me tell you, this is my absolute favorite liquid eyeliner. I picked this up on the way to the Drowning Pool concert. I didn't really need it because I had kind of gotten back into gel pots, and I've got plenty of gel pot liners that I could use, but I just couldn't help myself. It was right there next to the purple eyeliner that I wanted, and I was just like, okay, I'm taking it. Okay, let me actually, hold on. I just need to move that tray out from in front of me for a second that had my palette and stuff on it so that I can use an enlarged mirror. Okay. Oh, I missed this pen so much. Best winged liner comes out with this pen always. It is different though. The edge is more stiff than it used to be, than I remember. I feel like it's making it easier to draw with it too. Wow, that's nice. Okay. Nicer than I remember. I just love how absolutely precise you can get with this thing. The trick though is to get the ends to match, which is kind of hard to do in an enlarged mirror since you can't really match up both sides like in a normal mirror. So I have to go back and forth between the two. One of them got longer than the other, but I do that kind of on purpose because one of my eyes is bigger than the other. So I tend to make my eyeshadow, hold on. I tend to make my eyeshadow outer corner a little bit bigger on my larger eye, and then I make my wing liner larger on the smaller eye to try to balance out my eyes a little bit. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Anyways, okay. Next I want to add some brown eyeliner to the lower lash line. I would try using this melt paint pot, but like gel pot, but it is so dry. They sent me a completely dried out piece of crap in the $10 Black Friday sale last year, so I didn't even really get a good chance to use that particular one. But what I am going to use is the Natasha Denona Macro Tech Liner in the brown shade. You can use my name Michelle on the Natasha Denona website. Hold on. You can use my name, Michelle, on the Natasha Denona website for 15% off. It is an affiliated code. I will have it here on the screen. That's Michelle, M-I-C-H-E-L-L-E. Michelle, M-I-C-H-E-L-L-E for 15% off your purchase on the Natasha Denona website. Anyways, let me go ahead and use this brown. I'm just going to kind of anchor the line where I got some of that white down into my lash line, and I just want to kind of cover that up and anchor the lashes so that then I can add some mascara. Okay, so there's the little touch of the brown. I did it really subtly. I'm not sure if you can even tell a difference, but it did like clean up the look of the lower lash lines a little bit. For today's look, I'm going to try a brand new to me mascara. This hit the market not that long ago, but I haven't tried it yet, and it's been sitting here in my drawers for a bit, so I want to give it a go. I hope I didn't get the one that's waterproof. I don't think I did. And I heard mixed reviews about this, so hopefully it won't be a disappointment. What is this even called? This is the Maybelline FIREWORK. Maybelline FIREWORK mascara. So let's give it a go. If I can even open it without ruining my nails. Ooh, I like the component. And I like that it's kind of ridged because I feel like that'll keep it from rolling off my vanity. Just curling my lashes with my Refer lash curler. best lash curler on the market in my humble opinion. And I love mascara only. So like I'm really particular about my mascara tools because I don't do falsies ever at all. So I really need my mascara tools to perform. So I feel like I'm really particular about them. Oh, I like this brush a lot better. Like this formula is a lot better than the Lash Sensational that I tried last year. I never did repurchase that. Ooh, this is beautiful. It's like not clumping up. It's really defining each of the lashes. It's curling them up. Oh, I did curl my lashes, but it's like holding the curl. It's not weighing them down. The formula is really the formula feels really lightweight on my lashes. I have a fluff on my nose, fluffing about, tickling my nose. And because the mascara wand isn't super, super long, I don't feel like I'm about to hit my inner area, like my eyeball area or my nose while I'm trying to do my little lashes there in the front. So I really, really appreciate this like blunted, slightly shortened brush. It's not really short because it is covering all of my lashes easily. But it's not super, super long like say the Bad Gal Bang or a couple of the others that I've recently tried in the last year or two that I do end up hitting the front of my nose with a lot. Wow, I love this mascara. I do want to use this on the lower lash line because I feel like this would be a good brush for both top and bottom. Normally, I can't use the same mascara brush for the lower lash line. I have to flick all my hair out of my way. Because it's so long now, it takes like a huge neck movement to be able to move it all. Okay. Wow. In my book, this mascara is a hit for the everyday. I really like this mascara a lot. Oh, look at my eyes. Okay. So yeah, that did complete the look. Did I just get mascara on my lower lash line? I felt one little thing. It is a little bit of a wet formula though, so it takes like a little bit to dry and I'm not used to that. But okay, so let me move the mirror out of the way. Okay, you guys, here is the finished eyeshadow look for my first time to play with the new Too Faced APPLEY in Love. Let me know what you think of the look. Let me know what you think of this palette. Were you like excited to see this release? Were you excited to see this release? Were you kind of like already over the Too Faced tins? I don't know. I'm really into the Too Faced tins, so I was so excited to see this release. The second I saw it on the Ulta website, I threw it in my cart and got it on the way right away. I didn't even look at swatches. I didn't look at photos. I didn't click for information. I didn't look at the price, nothing. All I did was add to cart, click, and start counting the moments. And actually, Ulta got this to me really, really quickly. And my palettes from Ulta have not been arriving broken lately. So that's good because I used to get nothing but broken palettes from Ulta. Anyways, since this isn't available in store, or it wasn't the day that I ordered it, I'm really glad that the palettes aren't arriving shattered anymore. I really love this eyeshadow palette. I love the color story so much. I'm really looking forward to creating more looks with it in the near future. Let me know if you would like for me to share that with you on my channel. Yeah, otherwise I might just create some shorts with it, but I really, really had fun playing with this palette today, and I am so glad that I picked it up. I could see myself using this through the rest of summer, into the autumn, and well into Christmas. So yeah, as a matter of fact, hold on. I feel like I kind of did a look like this with the Retro Glam palette now that I think about it. I'm gonna have to go back and check and see what that look turned out like, because yeah, I think that I like this performance better than the Retro Glam from Natasha Denona, actually. Excuse me. Actually. But they're not exactly the same, because the Retro Glam is just like a very two-tone color story, and this has so much variety. You've got a little bit of like burgundy purples, like burgundy leaning purple, like a purpley leaning burgundy. You've got reddish leaning burgundies. You've got browns. You've got pinks. You've got a little bit of golden for like yellow apples. You've got like the Granny Smith apples. I love this. I think that they really knocked it out of the park with the color story, the packaging, and the performance of the formula. So I'm really, really happy with this Too Faced eyeshadow palette release. And yeah, I had so much fun playing with it today. I really love the look. Let me get you zoomed in and let's take a close-up of the eyes. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you made it this far, leave me an apple down in the comments section so that I can know. And if you did make it this far, I just want you to know that in my book, you're a star. And thank you so much for spending your time with me. It really does mean the world. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. And make sure you're subscribed before you go. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.